Daniel Craig's back with his dodgy southern drawl accent. Oh my God, what an accent that is. Look, I didn't know what it was supposed to be. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. What did I think of this movie? Daniel Craig's accent. Look, I don't know. Maybe he should study Jimmy Stewart a little bit more or something. I don't know what he's trying to be. Doesn't sound American, doesn't, I don't, got, yeah, Benoit Blanc. It's almost like it's a French name. Is it a weird French thing? Like the accent, I'm sorry, Daniel Craig, I don't know what accent that is, but it's just an interesting one. And but hey, two movies in and I'm kind of used to it. So, another murder mystery from Rian Johnson, the director. And Too Long Didn't Read version on this was, yes, I enjoyed it. And no, I did not look. I think it was a little bit obvious who the killer was probably going to be. The person who stood to gain the most is most likely to be the killer. So, sorry, Ryan, if you were going to subvert my expectations, you should have made it something completely out of left field that is like, oh, didn't expect that. But this one was more predictable. But what was interesting, what was fun, the ride along that was fun, the interesting and fun part was how it all came together, how he solved it. So almost like a Columbo sort of a thing, where you know who the killer is and you know kind of how they've done it, but you're just waiting for Columbo to figure it out and how he traps them. So, of course, in his case, that was pretty good. Now, the setup, when I say things are placed in movies at the beginning and so on that reveal themselves later on, this one was a tougher one. Obviously, the little hydrogen, solid hydrogen, when it was thrown to him and everyone kind of panicked, that's to let you know, don't drop this thing. It's highly dangerous, even though it's a small thing. So it's that little scene sets up and it tells us this is dangerous without saying, oh, look, here, have this dangerous thing. It sets up that we all believe now this thing is dangerous. So when it's revealed that Helen has it, we all go, uh-oh. That's our reaction, uh-oh, because we know she's going to do something with it to show us how dangerous this little tiny solid hydrogen thing is. Okay, now as for hydrogen leaking through the pipes and everything, or whatever it was they were saying, I've got a little beef about that. That is, the Glass Onion was powered by this fuel. You need to get the fuel from the fuel stage into the electrical power. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have hydrogen flowing around everywhere. The hydrogen feeds the generator generates electricity that's running the rest of your thing. That's how that would naturally work. So the idea that there would be hydrogen pipes leaking gas everywhere, that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But okay, we can ignore that little glitch. Dave Bautista. I don't know. Talking about subverting expectations. Look, I've seen some of the rants that he has gone off on Twitter, and him playing like this out of my dead hands. Will you take this type of men's rights I'm standing up for, and I've got my pistol type of a guy. I think that's Rian Johnson subverting expectations. Would have even been better if he had him come onto the show wearing a MAGA hat or something, because Dave has gone on some pretty big rants. But anyway, so that was interesting. Performance-wise, I thought was really good. And look, you want to talk about the accents, the woman playing Cassandra slash Helen. We're going to talk about switching between the posh accent and the I'm just a girl from the suburbs accent. That was brilliant. That was really well done. So that was super believable as well. Daniel Craig, of course, you just get used to that weird thing that he's speaking. I think the accent coach needs a lesson in the accent, but whatever, who cares? Okay, so other acting. Other acting was pretty damn good. I couldn't fault anybody's acting at all. Dialogue was good. The relevancy I thought was good. That is just bringing elements of the real world in. And I'm not saying movies made for a modern audience or none of that bullshit. Elements of the real world brought into a movie. It's things like in The Matrix. Where's Neo? Oh, he's doing the Superman thing. Right? We know Superman. This is the Matrix world. So they've brought like our type of references into a movie, and it kind of humanizes the movie, I guess, in some way, makes it more real in some way. So when you see someone, it's like, I've got a Twitch channel, I've got YouTube. This is what people in the real world use all the time. They use Twitch, they use YouTube. Look at these numbers. I've got my channels growing and all that sort of gear that he's bringing in. People with masks. Can we hug now? Yeah, we can hug, whatever. Like, he's just bringing those little elements in to play. And that's what I enjoyed about what he's done. Some of the little phraseology. He shows Google. He's getting Google alerts on his phone. Ding, ding, ding on his phone. And so on. Those elements I thoroughly enjoyed. Look, burning the napkin at the end I thought was a little bit predictable. The last thing you want to do, even if you, seriously, don't hold the damn thing in your hand and go right up to the guy that's just, you know or believe, has probably killed your sister and he's stolen the company. You don't go face up to him holding the evidence. Even if he didn't burn it, he could have just snatched it and ate it and it's gone, or snatched it and run away and done something with it then, flushed it down the toilet. Like, that was just stupid. You keep that evidence as far away from him as possible. You protect the damn evidence. Don't sort of wave it in his face. You didn't wave it in his face, but you essentially don't do the equivalent of that. It's probably my only beef. The random guy, hey, don't mind me, not here, walking through. Who is he? It's never explained. So the fact that it's never explained, hey, did Ryan subvert my expectations in that way? I guess he kind of did. I've seen that sort of thing elsewhere before. I can't remember where. I don't know if it's a Monty Python thing. Random person walking through, hey, don't mind me, I'm just over here doing my thing. If that, I can't remember if that's a Monty Python thing. I've seen that kind of thing before. Hey, if you know where that's been used before in a movie, not exactly that, but the similar sort of thing. Hey, I'm not here, I'm just some guy doing something. Kind of funny, adds to it, whatever. Let me know down below, but I've definitely seen it somewhere before. I liked that bit, and then I liked the bit where Daniel Craig and him, Benoit Blanc and him, are just sitting down, chilling, having a bit of a drink, having a bit of a smoke, just sitting down together. So I did like that little element of surprise, or just a little bit of joviality that came into it. Overall, Glass Onion, I enjoyed it. Is it better than Knives Out? Oh, look, I don't know if it's better. It's different. It's done in the same style. There are elements that I enjoyed more than Knives Out, but there are elements that I enjoyed less than Knives Out. I thought the mystery on who done it was probably a little bit less a bit more obvious in this than it was in Knives Out. So there's that element about it. But otherwise, look, thoroughly enjoyable movie. And if you get a chance, give it a watch. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.